Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're going to be talking about why the military has been one of the best decisions that I ever made in my life, joining the military. I am no longer in the military, but I joined the Air Force right out of high school. About a month after my 18th birthday, a couple months after I graduated high school, I left for the Air Force, and it has been one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, and it has really allowed me to set up my life in a very intentional way. And I'm like super proud of myself for making that decision when I did at 18 years old. It wasn't really a decision that I wanted to make, but it was one of those things that it was kind of like a delayed gratification where I didn't know what I wanted to do in life. I knew what I didn't want to do. I knew I didn't want to go to college, didn't want to take out student loans to pay for college, had no idea what I would study, didn't really have a whole lot of passions other than finance and stuff like that. So I said, you know what? I'm going to join the military. I'm going to do a 4-year contract. I can do anything for 4 years. And I'm going to try to save up as much money as I can while I'm in. I'm going to try to gain a lot of discipline. I'm going to try to mature. And I'm going to try to find my direction in life and figure out what I want while building myself up financially versus doing the opposite of taking out student loans and kind of going the opposite direction. And I recently got out of the military September 27th. I did my 4 years, and it was one of the best decisions that I ever made, was joining the military at 18. I ripped it off like a Band-Aid. Like I said, I didn't really want to do it. It was one of those situations where I knew it was kind of going to be a stepping stone for me, and it just seemed like the right decision to make at the time. I really did enjoy the Air Force. I liked the Air Force. I didn't like my job in the Air Force, but I did like the Air Force as a whole. I love the family environment. I still have a lot of really, really close friends here at Fort Meade from the military. My whole real estate business services military people. I think that the caliber of people that are in the military are just really, really great people. You get to meet people from all different backgrounds, all different stories, all different reasons for joining. And, you all kind of just, I guess, embrace the suck together. And you end up getting really close with people through that. So I've got, best friends that I've met from the military. Some of them I still stay in contact with. Some of them I don't because, life happens and, it's just difficult to stay in contact with people. But it's been the best decision that I ever made, and it really allowed me to set myself up financially. And my whole mindset was, you can do anything for 4 years. You just have to keep your head down, save up your money while you're in, and then figure out your passion. And about halfway through my contract, I was able to figure out my passion of being a business owner and starting a real estate business and becoming a real estate agent. And, now I'm in a situation where everything's going really, really good with that. And I'm kind of trying to expand and do other things to get a little bit more fulfillment in life and stuff like that. Still really do love everything that I do in real estate. That's my main income source. I really, really enjoy it. I have an assistant. I have a showing assistant, and it's really, really fun to help people in such a big part of their lives when it comes to purchasing a home. And it's great for me. But I wouldn't have found that if I wouldn't have taken the steps and joined the military. I wouldn't have found my passion unless I would have done that. And I was able to set myself up really nicely as far as transitioning into a business, to where real estate, there's no guaranteed income. You only make money if you sell homes. So if you don't sell homes for a couple months because of, whatever situation happening, then you don't make income. So transitioning from the military to a business, having an emergency fund and having my ducks in a row as far as my finances was huge. It was massive. And I think that applies to anybody that's starting a business. You need to have your ducks in a row as far as finances, because you might not get paid for the first 6 months. I didn't make my first real estate check until month number 4. And then month number 5, I had a really good month. And then, it just sporadically happens. And even now, my income is very sporadic. So being really financially savvy, having an emergency fund, keeping your debts as low as you possibly can, preferably being debt-free, and then keeping your expenses relatively low are all super important as far as making that happen. But again, I would not have been able to find that out unless I joined the military. And I also think that anybody knew me from that knew me personally from high school, I was a relatively like shy kid. I wasn't very outgoing. Don't really know why I was like that. I wasn't always like that, but as I transitioned from like middle school to high school, I just became very shy and very reserved. And now I'm pretty much the exact opposite of that. I wouldn't consider myself necessarily an extrovert, because I do kind of prefer to be introverted and have a couple close friends and stuff like that. But my personality did change a whole lot from joining the military. It taught me a lot of discipline. It taught me how to be a leader. I would definitely consider myself, while I was in the military and when I'm out of the military, I'd consider myself a leader. It taught me to have courage and stand up for the things that you believe in. And I think I've taken away a lot of really important things from the military that I just do not think I would have gotten any other way except going through it. Getting ripped away from home and having to start fresh with no friends, with no connections, no anything, and just starting from the ground up, leaving your hometown instantly. I think that's a really, really good way to kind of put you in a sink or swim situation. And I do believe that most of us would swim and end up making it. So I would recommend it to anybody who is kind of directionless in life. Maybe you're struggling financially, and again, you can use it as a stepping stone. There's nothing wrong with using it as a stepping stone. I remember I told the recruiter, I said, look, my intention is not to do 20 years. I might love what I do and do 20 years, but my intention right now is to get in and then transition out. That's my intention, and I'm going to serve honorably, and I'm going to do everything that I can in that 4 years to support the mission and everything, but I am getting in to set myself up so I can do a reassessment in a couple years. And it's been the best decision that I've ever made. I'd recommend it to anybody who is in a similar situation as I was, where you're kind of directionless, don't know what you want to do as far as your purpose, and you know that whatever you're doing right now just isn't working out financially. I would really, really recommend at least looking into joining the military and seeing if it's an option for you, because it could be the thing that's going to propel you to success, and you can use it as a stepping stone just as I did. So if anybody has any questions about that, feel free to reach out to me. That's something that, I don't mind having a phone call with you. If it's something that you're kind of on the fence, you have questions, I don't mind doing that at all, because I think it's something that can quite literally change somebody's life if they're down in the dumps and they don't really have a whole lot of options and they're just kind of feeling stuck. I think joining the Air Force, joining the military is one of those things that quite literally will change your life forever, regardless of whether you do 4 years or 20 years. So I'd be happy to talk to anybody about that. So that's going to be today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.